In the previous sessions, we have learned how AI is influencing our daily lives and would influence our daily lives in the times to come, that is in the future. So future, we do not know what is going to happen, but we are sure that some great changes are going to occur in our day-to-day lives. Already we are seeing those changes, isn't it? Slowly and steadily, but there'll be an exponential growth in the years to come. The topics that we will be now learning would be about smart homes equipped with smart gadgets and appliances that run on AI. The previous 4 or 5 sessions was totally about smart city, but now in this few sessions, we are going to understand the concept of smart gadgets and smart homes. So if we have to have smart homes, then obviously we should go for smart gadgets. And if we have smart gadgets and smart homes, it is going to have a great impact in our day-to-day lives. Let's look around our house now in the present day scenario and see which smart devices we have or we normally use. Take few seconds to just see around and analyze what we have and what we are using in a great way and what we might have in future. Okay, for you, for all of us, it is the smartphone, isn't it? The moment we get up in the morning, we use our smartphone for everything, maybe to know the weather or whether we have got any notifications, any emails, or to do shopping or to check anything for that matter, to read the news and everything. Then comes smart TV. We have our Amazon Prime, Netflix, smart TV wherein I can access internet also. All those things is already there. We have smart watches, which helps us to be fit and fine, to know the heartbeat, to know how much we have walked, whether it is 10,000 steps or 5,000 steps, all those things it is already telling. We have voice assistants like Alexa, Siri, Cortana, Google Assistant. All these things are already there with us. And most of us did not know that AI is there behind it. But now through all these lectures, we have understood that AI is there. That is why we are calling all these gadgets, phones, TVs, watches, then your assistants, everything to be smart and AI enabled also. And many more such devices we are already using in our day-to-day lives. Let us see certain scenarios over there to understand an interesting concept over here. Consider the following scenarios. As you get up in the morning, we switch off the alarm. That is the first thing we do. Which in turn sends signal to the geyser to switch on. Okay, now these things are not happening. We have to understand, or we have to consider the following scenarios to understand the next concept. That's why I've listed all these things. Okay. So the first thing we do is we get up in the morning by the alarm buzzer, and the moment we get up, we switch off the alarm. That sends a signal to the geyser to switch on so that we can take a hot water fresh bath. As all the students enter the school, the gate sensors detects the chips in the ID cards of the students and sends a message to the parents and school's attendance system. This is the next level. As we all go to schools where we wear our identity cards, the teachers as well as the students, the gate sensors automatically detects the presence of a child and sends this signal to the attendance system as well as a message to the parent. The third scenario, your school canteen checks today's menu, that day's menu, and lists the food items on your tab. It is going to show you which are the dishes available in the canteen. You confirm your order, and by the time recess bell rings, you have your fresh order waiting for you in the school canteen. These are the 3 scenarios. Let us go further and understand few more scenarios now. You push answer sheets in the digital answer sheet collector, and within seconds, children, the digital AI equipped examiner connected with it detects your handwriting, checks your answers, and flashes the scores on your tab. Instantly, your answer book is also corrected. As you start back home, you send a signal from your tab to the oven at home to keep your food hot as you arrive. Wonderful it is. Many of us are having working parents in our houses. So how it will be nice that the moment I enter my house, fresh hot food is waiting for me. Your refrigerator senses the milk going out of stock and signals the online store the required quantity of fresh milk. So milk also is ordered. You control devices at your home through your mobile app. Devices you're controlling means what? Your AC, your TV, your refrigerator, vacuum cleaners, all you're connected through your mobile app and you're controlling them. So these are the different scenarios that I've set up for you to understand a very important concept. So let us see what is that now. Now, dwelling upon these thoughts, what is common in all these scenarios? What do you think is common in all these scenarios, children? Yes, you correct, guessed it correct. The devices are common, whether it is the geyser, watch, alarm, then your oven, then the gate sensor, attendance system, all these things, they have certain devices. Okay, they are talking to each other. Then how are they talking? If they're talking to each other, are they talking English or Hindi or some other language? No, they're not. You're not talking through that. Obviously, we know that they are talking through embedded sensors and chip controllers, which is there inside their system. And what is the medium of this entire communication? Are they talking like us in the air? No, obviously it is not air. For them, it is the internet or the cloud. So I hope you understood the context that I have set up for all of you. In these contexts, we observe that devices are common. All these devices are talking to each other. Imagine the first one, alarm going off. And then once it goes off, it sends a signal to the geyser to switch on. So two devices are talking with each other, that is the geyser and the alarm. So devices are common. They are talking to each other using embedded sensors and chip controllers. And what medium they're using? They're using internet or cloud. Now we come to the most important definition, which is Internet of Things. So all these things in the sense what? Your alarm, your geyser, microwave, oven, your gate sensors, they are all the things that I have mentioned over here. So these are the things which are communicating through control chips with each other over internet. Hence, we call this concept as what? Internet of Things. So things are communicating with each other. How? Through internet, through embedded sensors and chips, through the medium of internet. So we call this terminology as Internet of Things. So now I can finally define what is Internet of Things now. The IoT or the Internet of Things is the concept of networking devices which communicate over internet to share data and signals in order to execute the required task. So again, I'm repeating and breaking this definition into small parts. It is the concept, okay? It's the concept of doing what? Networking devices means connecting devices to do what? To communicate with each other over which medium? Over internet. For what purpose? To share data and signals in order to execute the required task. So alarm going off and the geyser switching on. A task has to be done here. So in order to execute a task, they are communicating over internet amongst the devices. So why I am setting this context? Because when we imagine smart home, then all these concepts, IoT is required over here. Okay. So now coming back to the next concept. So what are the possibilities? Can you imagine if all devices are communicating with each other? Now only computers and smartphones are communicating with each other. Imagine your alarm, your geyser, AC, everything is communicating with each other. What is the possibility that we can expect in this scenario? The platform of IoT provides an environment where sensors embedded in the devices communicate with each other. So here, a set of hardware and software is working together and it is creating an environment where sensor embedded devices can communicate with each other. Each device is either programmed or in future AI enabled to decide what to do with the data and how to use the data to train itself for executing the same task in a better way in future. So each device is now simply programmed. Present day scenario is what? They're only programmed to do something. But in future, what will happen? They will get the capacity of AI. AI means what? Artificial intelligence, the ability of a machine or a system to behave exactly like humans. So they're able to decide what to do with the data, how to use the data to train itself for executing the same task in a better way in future. Okay, so this is about IoT. Now, IoT gadgets. It is expected that in the coming years, more than 20 billion devices would be an IoT. Already few billion of devices are already on IoT, but if it is AI enabled, then it is going to be more, and that is the future that we are expecting here. IoT gadgets are of these categories. What are the categories? One is domestic appliances. That is, we are going to imagine why I'm correlating all these things, because I'm going to take you further to the concept of smart homes. Smart home will have domestic appliances in IoT concept. So domestic appliances, personal accessories. Okay, accessories means what? Something that we wear, like jackets, dresses, shoes, or spectacles, or watches. Then vehicles, toys, all these things can be the IoT gadgets of future that I'm going to talk about. So coming to the next concept, some of the popular IoT devices are, which are the popular IoT devices that we will see now? Google Home Voice Controller and Amazon Echo Plus to control digital equipments like TV, music systems, etc. These are already now, it is already there. Home voice controller, few of the Western countries are already using home voice controllers, and Amazon Echo Plus to control the digital equipments like TV and music systems. Smart doorbell camera that has AI that can recognize your guests. Nowadays, we have security cameras in big apartments or in metro cities. Each house has got a camera fitted. Now, what is that camera doing? Just showing the image who is standing outside, but it is not telling who it is. Now, a day will come when if I go to my friend's house, it is going to tell that, okay, your friend Rohan has come. He is waiting for you at the gate or at the door. So that is the level of IoT concept or AI we are imagining in future for a smart city as well as smart home. Smart locks operable through mobile app. Locking system. The moment I know that an intruder has arrived in my house, I'm going to lock it sitting in my bedroom through the mobile app. Mobile robots that help in small domestic chores. We have already a small vacuum robots which are cleaning the house, detecting the things in the house to be thrown off. Okay. So in future, we'll have more smarter mobile robots to help in domestic chores. Universal remote controller to control all devices at home. This is also reality. This you can go to Google and see that there's a downloadable app or a remote controller which can be used for all gadgets like your TV, all ACs, everything. You have a standard remote controller. Nowadays, we have a special remote for TV, for our dish and everything, for our AC. But day is not far, or day is already there when we have universal remote controller. How it is going to work? Again, it is a concept of AI and IoT here. Now, the other next things that I'm going to tell regarding this IoT devices, popular IoT devices are smart mirror that shows notification as you do your hair. Just imagine you're combing your hair and immediately it is going to show notification about a new movie release or a music video or some news feed. That is really amazing. Then smart watches, we already know that is going to track our fitness, workout, health data, talks to your phone and shows notifications. That now whatever we are seeing, that is going to be in the next level in future. Maybe our health status data will be sent to our doctor, our personal doctor or family doctor, who is going to analyze our data and tell whether any precautionary measures we have to take or not, and also show notifications. Notifications is coming only when prediction is done, pattern analysis done, and AI is behind it. All these things, you know that. It is going to show that, okay, today you are feeling tired, don't do any more exercises. Today you have walked only 5,000 steps, walk 3,000 more steps. All these notifications it is going to give you. Cars that can figure the location of the nearest fuel station. This you remember, I had told you in the smart city concept, smart AI enabled cars, which is going to find the nearest fuel station, scan and sense obstructions, knows the preferred route to home and office. That's it. Bye-bye.